Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Comic Book Burrito Extra Beef. My name is Darian.
My name's Landon.
And today we're going to be reviewing a movie that, honestly, we should have done a while back because it's a big movie. But this is what, you could say, this is what started all of the... Without this movie, this podcast would not exist. You could argue. But we're going to be talking about Superman, the movie, 1978. Richard Donner's Superman. All right, I had never seen this movie prior to today.
Mm-hmm.
And what about you? When have you seen it?
I watched it as a kid. When I was a little kid, that's when I watched it. I used to watch it all the time. I never saw 3 and 4. I only watched the first two.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved it as a kid, and rewatching it now, for me, I still have like a big smile on my face every time I watch it.
I agree. There were a lot of points that made me smile in the movie. I have like one big complaint, and that's really it about the movie. Like, I loved everything else. I love Christopher Reeve's Superman. Obviously, you got to love the music.
It's the Superman. You know what I'm saying?
And fun fact, in Smallville, which is this. I kept, while I was watching this, be like, oh, this is like the whole point at the beginning where Zod and them get trapped in the Phantom Zone through that crystal. Whatever. Yeah. That's like the way the crystal's flipping. You could see him on it was like exactly the way it was in Smallville too. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Mm-hmm. I drew a lot of comparisons. I was like, obviously Smallville took a lot from this movie because, obviously it was inspired from it. But, I thought it was cool. Some of the stuff I noticed.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I'm gonna read some of about the movie real quick, and then we'll get into we'll talk about what we liked and didn't like, and then we'll get into some reviews on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh yeah.
All right. Superman, stylized as Superman the Movie, is a 1978 superhero film based on the DC Comics character of the same name. An international co-production between the United Kingdom, Switzerland, and Panama and the United States. It was supervised by Alexander and Ilya Salkind, produced by their partner Pierre Spengler, and written by Mario Puzo from a story by Puzo, and is the first installment in the Superman film series. Directed by Richard Donner, the film features an ensemble cast including Marlon Brando, Gene Hackman, Christopher Reeve, Jeff East, Margot Kidder, Glenn Ford, Phyllis Thaxter, Jackie Cooper, Trevor Howard, Mark McClure, Terrence Stamp, Valerie Perrin, Ned Beatty, Jack O'Halloran, Maria Schell, and Sarah Douglas. It depicts the origin of Superman, played by Christopher Reeves, including his infancy as Kal-El of Krypton, son of Jor-El, which played by Marlon Brando, and his youthful years in the rural town of Smallville. Disguised as reporter Clark Kent, he adopts a mild-mannered disposition in Metropolis and develops a romance with Lois Lane, played by Margot Kidder, while it's battling the villainous Lex Luthor, played by Gene Hackman. Let's see. What was I about to say? I was going to mention something to read. Oh, yeah. I did not expect to see a fully naked young child in the.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, even as a kid, I was like, that could happen in movies. Like,
I was like, this seems illegal.
Oh well.
Yeah,
but I mean,
it was the same. All right. Ilya had the idea of a Superman film in 1973, and after a difficult process with DC Comics, the Salkinds and Spengler bought the rights to the character the following year. Several directors, most notably Guy Hamilton, and screenwriters Mario Puzo, David and Leslie Newman, and Robert Benton were associated with the project before Richard Donner was hired to direct. I'm going to try to pronounce this guy's name. Tom Mankiewicz, I'm going to assume. I don't know. Was drafted in to rewrite the script and was given a, quote, creative consultant credit. It was decided to film both Superman and its sequel, Superman 2, from 1980, simultaneously, with principal photography beginning in March 1977 and ending in October 1978. Tensions arose between Donner and the producers, and the decision was made to stop filming the sequel, of which 75% had already been completed, and finish the first film. That is true. There is a thing kind of after the credits. I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah, no,
it's not really a scene. It's more like words.
I did it actually because I just cut it off as soon as it ended, and just so I could go to sleep. Because I watched it as soon as we were done recording.
Yeah,
last night.
It says at the end, and next year Superman 2, and then that was the end.
Oh, so cool. Yeah, cool. They're a year apart. I know Richard Donner. I don't believe he did the sequel. right?
Not sure.
I'm pretty sure. I'm 90% sure he did. I know there's a Richard Donner cut out there, but I think like somebody reworked it and made their own cut. But Richard Donner has like more footage and stuff. It's the Zack Snyder cut of Superman 2.
Yeah, Superman 2. Superman 2 was directed by Richard Lester.
Okay.
With the same writers.
Okay.
It says is the second installment in the Superman film series and sequel to Superman. All right. Here we go. Let's continue on here. The most expensive film made up to that point with a budget of $55 million, Superman was released since December 1978 to critical and financial success. Its worldwide box office earnings at $300 million made it the second highest grossing release of the year. It received praise for Reeves' performance and John Williams' musical score and was nominated for 3 Academy Awards, including Best Film Editing, Best Music Original Score, and Best Sound, and received a Special Achievement Academy Award for visual effects. Groundbreaking in its use of special effects and science fiction/fantasy storytelling, the film's legacy presaged the mainstream popularity of Hollywood superhero film franchises. The 2017 Superman was selected for preservation by the Library of Congress's National Film Registry.
Yeah, I mean the effects I don't think hold up as well as they do today. Mm-hmm. But sometimes when he's like Superman's like flying around, it still looks pretty good.
Okay, here's another thing that bugged me. Yeah, unless I missed it, he didn't use his heat vision or frost breath once in the movie.
Well, dang, maybe I missed it. I want to say I remember he did as a kid.
I was sitting there watching for it, but he didn't. I just remember him flying and picking stuff up.
I know. At one point they were thinking about just making him jump, but like I know they changed it.
Then he'd be frog.
Yeah, Superman used to just leap back in the day. He used to not be able to fly.
Yeah.
Until they fixed it. Yeah. I was so tired last night. I can't really fully remember. I feel like he does. I don't know.
I was watching. I don't remember ever seeing.
I was watching more recently than me, so I guess he does. I'm just gonna take your word.
So that is one thing because I mean, you gotta have if you're gonna introduce Superman, you got to show all his powers off.
Yeah,
but nope.
Yeah, I like when he does the sticker thing off his chest or whatever. This happens in the sequel, I believe, with Zod. But he gets he grabs a thing of his chest out, and it's this big wrapping paper. He throws it and it like wraps Zod around.
I like the whole like robbery scene in the alleyway.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "Oh, why don't you just give him the purse, Lois?" And then he like shoots. Clark grabs a bullet. I like that. Yeah. It's like, I must have fainted.
I absolutely, my favorite scene in this whole movie is when it's an action scene, but is when Lois Lane is interviewing Superman, and that's my favorite scene in the whole movie.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I like that. But he was like, "Oh, are you gonna tell me about lung cancer?" And he did the X-ray. He was like, "Oh, not yet, thank God."
Not yet, thank. He's so I'm sorry. Like he is like the most charming thing ever. Mm-hmm. Ever. I'm like, dude.
He was a very good Superman.
Very good. He's still my favorite.
He's tied with my favorite.
Is it Henry Cavill?
No. Henry Cavill's my second.
No, God, I know who's your. Oh God, no, it's not. He's no.
You can't name your opinion on that unless you've seen.
I know. Yeah, but
you have to watch. No. You have to sit there and watch all 10 seasons to see his full transformation to Superman in order to call him your favorite Superman. And I did.
Oh my God, I'm not going to do that.
Exactly. Then that's your fault. All right, here we go. Let's get into the plot of this movie. Here, I'm going to read it and we'll talk about it as we go on. On the planet Krypton, Jor-El of the Kryptonian High Council discovers that the planet will soon be destroyed when its red supergiant sun explodes. The other council members dismiss his claims. To save Kal-El, his infant son, Jor-El sends him in a spaceship to Earth, where his dense molecular structure will give him superhuman strength and other powers. Krypton, thereafter, is destroyed. The ship lands near Smallville, Kansas. Kal-El, now 3 Earth years old, is found by Jonathan and Martha Kent, who are astonished when he lifts their truck. They decide to raise him as their own, naming him Clark after Martha's maiden name. Jonathan tells the boy that he must have been sent to Earth for a reason. And so, like, the first sentence in the next part is, after Jonathan's death from a heart attack, 18-year-old Clark hears a psychic call and discovers a glowing green crystal in the remains of his spacecraft. They killed his dad off very early.
Yeah, I don't know what's with these movies and killing off John Kent.
Well, I mean, he dies in like Smallville too, but it took 4 seasons before he died.
Well, still, I mean, still they kill him off though. John Kent kind of sticks around for a good bit. You know what I'm saying? And
he has a heart attack, and every time he dies, that's like the thing.
Yeah, except for Zack Snyder, he dies in a tornado.
Oh well, yeah.
Oh God, that really
leave it to Zack Snyder to be extra. Right.
Oh God, I hate you, Zack.
Jonathan dies of a heart attack, and see, that was an emotional scene. Didn't like make me emotional or anything, but I was like, oh dang.
I know.
And like that was the same in Small. That was the same. I'm gonna be comparing this a lot to Smallville because there's a lot of similarities.
Oh God, you better not.
There's a lot of similarities, so that's like it's the only other good Superman project I can compare it to. But like in that show, he has a heart attack. And it was like, I think it was during like the middle of the day. He's working on his truck, and he walks out, and he like, I guess he collapses, and it had something to do with some kind of, like Kryptonian something or another. But he has a heart attack and dies, and Clark runs out and finds him, and then they have the whole funeral, and it was a really emotional moment.
Yeah.
So I commend this movie for. I don't know if does that happen in the comics or not. Like, does he have a heart attack and die?
As far as I know, no. As far as I know, John King kind of sticks around for a bit. I mean, like he doesn't even really die. I mean, I'm sure there are comics where he does die, and probably are some of the heart attack. But as far as I like, usually like the standard is that he usually stays alive.
Let's see. Why does Jonathan Kent always die?
Oh, well, I guess maybe he does die all the time.
The original reason for the death of the Kents in pre-crisis continuity, particularly regarding Earth-1, was to add pathos to the Superman character. The idea was that Clark Kent dedicated his life to protecting the Earth and had saved countless lives as Superboy already, but was unable to save his parents from dying. Interesting. I know, like in the show Superman and Lois, he's already dead when the show starts. But Superman's already Superman in the beginning of the show. Like, he's been Superman for a while. And his mom dies in the first episode of I think cancer.
I know he's around in the Justice League show. A lot. He's just alive all the time there, but I guess they don't want to deal with it.
Yeah. All right, but let's continue on here. It compels him to travel to the Arctic, where a fortress of solitude resembling the architecture of Krypton emerges from the ice. Inside, a hologram of Jor-El explains Clark's true origins, and after 12 years of was the quickest 12 years I've ever seen. After 12 years of educating him on his reason for being sent to Earth and his powers, he leaves the fortress wearing a blue and red suit with a red cape and the House of El family crest emblazoned on his chest. Becoming a reporter at the Daily Planet Metropolis, Clark meets and develops a romantic attraction to co-worker Lois Lane. Okay. Yeah, I did really like. It was like I said, the quickest 12 years ever.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, very, very, very quick 12 years. Honestly, I love Lois Lane in this movie.
Mm-hmm. I like this. It's my second favorite Lois Lane.
Oh, it's God. Who's your first? No, I'm not gonna ask. Just continue.
All right. Let's see. Lois is involved in a helicopter mishap. I really like this scene. Clark publicly uses his powers for the first time to save her, astonishing the crowd gathered below. He then thwarts a jewel thief attempting to scale the Solo building, captures robbers, fleeing police, and dispositing their getaway cabin cruiser on Wall Street, rescues a girl's cat from a tree, and saves Air Force One after a lightning strike destroys an engine. The Cape Wonder, an instant celebrity, visits Lois at her penthouse apartment the next night, takes her for a flight, allowing her to interview him for an article in which she names him Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really liked when he went and saved. He ran into the revolving door and turned into, got his Superman outfit on. And the guy was like, whoa, nice get up, dude. And I'm like, you just watched a guy walk into a revolving door and then come out like that and fly away.
Oh, yeah.
That would not be my first response. I'd be
it wouldn't be my first either.
Yeah, I really did like him saving the cat out of the tree. That's like classic stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know what was going on when he stopped the thief climbing up the side of the building, and he was like standing there like Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, it's very, very odd. I
was like, Superman can't do that. Like, he doesn't have. He's not sticky. I don't know.
Man, you can't do that. Silly goose.
Hey, so he can stick to buildings, but he can't shoot lasers out of his eyes. All right.
I'll tell you what. Some this is a little getting ahead of schedule, not schedule, but ahead of the movie here. But I think one of the funniest things in this whole movie is when that missile goes off and the train tracks break off.
He like lays down.
He lays on them, and the train goes right over it. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah,
it's like, so, don't get me wrong, this movie is goofy a bit, and but man, it's like, as far as I'm concerned, it's Superman. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it's cool. I don't care. I don't care what anyone thinks.
Meanwhile, criminal genius Lex Luthor learns of a joint U.S. Army and U.S. Navy nuclear missile test. He buys hundreds of acres of worthless desert land and reprograms the two missiles to detonate in the San Andreas Fault, with his assistant Otis accidentally programming the second missile coordinates. Knowing Superman could stop his plan, Lex deduces that a recently discovered meteorite is from Krypton and is radioactive to Superman. After he and his accomplices Otis and Eve Tessmacher retrieve a piece of it, Luthor lures Superman to his underground lair and reveals his plan to cause everything west of the San Andreas Fault to sink into the Pacific Ocean, leaving Luthor's desert land as the new west coast of the United States. Luthor then exposes him to the meteor piece's mineral, kryptonite, which weakens Superman greatly as Luthor taunts him about the second missile, which will detonate in Hackensack, New Jersey. I don't get why Lex Luthor just wants to take out California. Like, I don't.
Yeah, it seems like because he does the same thing in Superman Returns as well. He like wants to have like his own land. And I can't. I don't understand either. To be frank with you.
And also the second missile going to Hackensack, New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I guess I don't know. It's like, oh, okay. I guess we'll go along with it.
Tessmacher's horrified that Luthor does not care about her mother. That her mother lives in Hackensack. Luthor leaves Superman to die, knowing he always keeps his word. Tessmacher helps Superman on the condition he will stop the eastbound missile first. After being freed, Superman diverts the eastbound missile into outer space, consequently preventing him from reaching the westbound missile before it explodes in the San Andreas Fault. Massive earthquakes erupt across California, damaging the Golden Gate Bridge and breaching the Hoover Dam. Superman mitigates the effects of the explosion by sealing the fault line. While Superman is busy saving others, Lois's car falls into a crevice from one of the aftershocks, trapping her as it fills with dirt and debris. She suffocates before Superman can reach her. Angered over failing to save her, Superman defies Jor-El's earlier warning not to manipulate human history, and instead heeds Jonathan's advice that he must be there for a reason. He accelerates around Earth, traveling several minutes backward in time to prevent Lois's death, while also undoing the damage caused by the missile and earthquake. After saving the West Coast, Superman delivers Luthor and Otis to prison before flying into the sunrise for further adventures. At first, I was like, they did not just kill Lois Lane in the first movie.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, very ball. It would be crazy if they actually like went with it.
Mm-hmm.
With it.
And then he screamed. I was like, and he flew in the air. I was like, he's gonna fly into the sun. Like
he reversed time.
Yeah,
like,
he's turned.
Very,
into the
I know
Flash.
they're kind of very silly thing. Not kind of. It is very silly.
He is turned into the Flash.
I think that's honestly that is probably the worst part about this movie. Not the worst, but like it's not awful or anything. It's just like I don't know what they were thinking with that.
Yeah.
But I'll let it slide a bit.
That is the plot of the movie. I haven't yet talked about my big gripe about this movie.
Oh God.
And you know what it is, and I'm gonna go ahead and say it. And this is a hot take, and I understand that people will not feel the same way. But okay, Gene Hackman, great actor.
Yeah.
All right, I've seen him in other stuff. He's great. But Gene Hackman as Lex Luthor, and this version of Lex Luthor is a poor excuse for Lex Luthor. Because Lex Luthor is this. Sure, this guy is possibly rich.
Possibly.
Well, he's just. I mean, no, I'm just good judgment about what he's wearing, and he has an underground layer. I guess he's rich, but Lex Luthor's supposed to be this like high up popular business mogul who's has this deep hatred for Superman, and he does not align like in this movie. He aligns himself with like idiots, basically, like Otis and all these other people. He's supposed to have like you know what I mean? That's not like normal Lex Luthor. And plus this one, he barely poses a threat. Like taking out California. Like, okay, that does the world a favor, all right? Should have took out Florida.
Yeah.
I feel strongly that I do not enjoy this Lex Luthor like I thought I would.
Well, you're wrong. So I'm
Nope.
just I'm not gonna have it.
And the tagline of this movie is "You'll believe a man can fly."
Yeah.
I did not believe a man can fly.
I believe. What are you talking about?
I watched him fly, and I was like, "He's on a rope."
Christopher Reeve is flying right now.
I watched him fly, and I was like, "He's on a wire."
He's not golly. You're the most like annoying. See, you know, ladies and gentlemen, if this was an MCU movie, Darren,
it would not have a big.
Darren would close his eyes, and ignore it all. But you know, Black Panther CGI is horrible, and Darren would believe any minute of it being good.
Because I wasn't paying attention to the CGI.
Don't pay attention about the effects in the movie.
Yes, you were, because you can't not see how he's flying.
You could not see that wire at all. There's no way.
You can't see the wire, but you can tell he's on a wire. It's like
no, you cannot. Hold on,
Yes,
I'm looking at photos right now.
It's either he's on a wire or he's laying down on like a green block and flying.
You are a horrible person. You are terrible.
I don't know if you'll like what I rate this movie, but
I swear you better rate low just because we're not agreeing. I'm just speaking the truth here.
Well, let me look at Rotten Tomatoes and let's see what people are saying. It's got an 86% audience score.
Even.
Let's say 86%, not in the 90s. There you go.
Not like an MCU movie, huh?
Yep. I'll read some good reviews before I read the bad reviews. It said, "Is this year's answer to Star Wars, a movie that is pure escape and good, clean, unadulterated fun." So it said, "Christopher Reeves is perfect in physical appearance for the title role. He manages to play the open honestness and naivety without losing credibility." Reeve died in 2004, but his Man of Steel was a manlier and steelier than recent portrayals by Brandon Routh and Henry Cavill. Let's see. "All the storytelling is never rushed, and we're left wanting more." Okay, that's another thing. The beginning of the movie is kind of slow for me.
I don't agree. It's fun. Like, I don't understand.
I don't know. I guess it doesn't hook everybody like. It doesn't hook some people like it does other people, I guess. Which is to be said about every movie. I mean,
I guess, but it's like the superhero. You know what I'm saying? You can't.
I want to review an Indiana Jones movie on here. It has nothing to do with comic books.
Yeah, I would love to interview Indiana Jones movie.
I would give that like.
I was literally talking about that today. I love those movies.
I would give that all the praise, but we don't do classic movies. We have to do comic book movies.
Is there a comic book of Indiana Jones?
Hey, there might be.
Yeah, there you go. I'm sure there is. It's probably great thing.
Let me read some bad reviews. All right. This person says,
it says it's trash takes.
This is a top critic. Here, it's a huge review. I'm not reading. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so we're going to ignore that review. Okay.
No, I'm gonna. It's like a paragraphs of pump paragraphs. I'll read this little part that he wrote. Superman doesn't have enough conviction or courage to be solidly square and dumb. He keeps pushing smarmy big emotions at us, but half-heartedly.
Yeah, see? Yeah, no, that's not.
This person said, the film is best when it takes itself seriously, worst when it takes the easy way out and giggly camp, as it does, finally and fatally, when Lex Luthor enters the action. And there are two reviews these people did not, in 2004 and 2003, they did not have any words to say, but they rated both a 2 out of 5.
2 out of 5. Yeah, no.
And this person is from Crystal Lake, Illinois.
I know what I hope I know. Ugh, I don't know where this. I know what happens to them tonight. I hope it happens too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Here, hang on.
He said, "Hey, you're gonna call the police on me."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What was I gonna look at? All right. I'm gonna wait for this to load. All right. I'm gonna read some more bad reviews, and I'll let you hear what they think. Hard to believe this movie is so highly rated. It is painful to watch and drags on for a very long time. An overrated disappointment.
Good Lord. All
right.
Again, bad takes.
Oh, this one said, do not let the title fool you, not for kids. I didn't see the first part of this movie when it first came out some years ago. It surprised me that they allowed them to show the toddler without his clothes and show his private part. This would be considered child pornography today. There was a lot of language toward the first part of the movie. I agree that the words could even be worse. However, I don't think there should be any in the movie at all. The scene between Superman and Lois Lane about her underwear really didn't need to be in the movie. And there were other issues with the lady that didn't need to be in there either. This movie would have still done very well without the things mentioned. It seems that the company who made this movie should have considered that there would be kids watching this movie. And there were things that was inappropriate for children. I totally forgot or missed the language the first time I saw it when it originally came out years ago. But tonight, my husband decided to watch it with our 9-year-old daughter, and there were a couple of scenes towards the end of the movie that were too intense for her. This has made us aware that even if we watched a movie in the past, to check out reviews, as it may have things that we have forgotten that was inappropriate for children. We will be doing this no matter what from this point on. I don't remember there being too much swearing in the movie.
Yeah, what are they talking about? Yeah, I don't remember swearing at all.
And I got one more. We'll talk about this, and this will be the last one. This person said, young me loved it. Today's me was shocked. They said, of course I saw this as a kid and loved it, and I figured it'd be fine for my 7-year-old son. It is, kind of, but there was one scene that mortified me, and I'm sure it went over my head as a kid. There's a scene where Lex Luthor's buxom girlfriend fakes unconsciousness on the road to stop a military convoy. Played for laughs, it's alluded to strong that the sergeant commands his men to form a circle around her with their backs turned so he can violate her. I was shocked. This was considered humorous in 1978, apparently. I'm sure my son didn't understand the innuendo, and the campiness of the acting made it fairly obvious that this was for laughs. That was not laughing. I was horrified. Not enough for me to say, don't watch the movie. If any kid does not ask what was going on in that scene, it could be helpful to be prepared.
So okay, I do like that one.
This person said too much about Clark Kent's life.
What? That's not what? Yes. Okay, I guess he's right. A movie about Superman. You don't want too much Clark Kent in it, I guess.
Nope. But that's all I gotta say about the movie, and I'm kind of ready for ratings now.
Fortunately, you are, aren't you?
Yes, since we are reaching the limit of our episode.
Yep.
All right. Okay. Rated out of 10. Let's see. I want you to rate first.
I gotta rate it first.
Yeah.
I want to say, Kali. Okay. I want to say 9.
All right.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with that.
All right. I trashed a little bit on the movie at some points, like Lex Luthor and certain moments in the movie. Yeah, it was. But all in all, though, it was a decent movie, so I'm going to have to give it an 8.5.
8 point. Okay. I'm not as shocked as I thought it was going to be.
Hey, I could have rated it a 4.
Why? Why would you want to rate that a 4?
Just to make you mad.
Just to make me mad. That's all. That's all it was. Just to make me mad.
Yep.
You could have. Couldn't you?
All right. But that's it, I guess. Are you ready to end this off here? All right.
Yes.
So, thank you all so much for joining us this week. Wanted to let you know, we don't know what the next week's episode will be of, but we'll have a poll out on the social medias for you guys to see it on Facebook at the Comic Book Burrito official page. You definitely go there, vote on the poll. I assume Birds of Prey will be one of the options since it was.
Well, is it next week or? No, we'll discuss it in the behind the scenes.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure that's it. So with that being said, I guess we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. All right, bye guys.
See ya.